Speaking of KB, I'm sorry, a fan favorite in New York gets released today, and Tommy Coldcuts, he's no longer on the roster. But who is Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson, and Jameis Winston. They make up the quarterback room for these Giants as the 53-man gets locked in. Talk to me about your thoughts on what the Giants did today and how that roster is looking heading into next week.
I'm just happy that the Giants didn't do anything that makes them look like they overthought the roster of how it was going to look. Like, there was a lot of talk about them possibly trading Jameis Winston away and then keeping Tommy DeVito on the roster. There was also a lot of talk about even trading Tommy DeVito away, which makes no sense because if he's going to be a cut anyway, no team's going to trade for him. But there was a lot of talk around there of trying to trying to be a Howie Roseman, and trying to trade away players for a quick buck here and there. I'm just happy that they didn't overthink anything and try to get rid of good depth that should be used on this roster and should be on this roster. As far as how the roster looks, I'm happy with it. There was nothing out there that I really didn't like or disagree with. Probably the biggest thing I would have probably disagreed with is Evan Neal is still on my football team. But I mean, I understand that from a contract standpoint. Evan Neal kind of has to still be on this team. Just a couple, like an hour ago on my live where it's like bad football teams keep the fan favorites. Bad football teams keep the locker room guys and stuff like that. And the Giants are kind of turning the corner when it comes to that. Like they cut a lot of fan favorites, locker room guys. So we have one undrafted free agent, wide receiver, Bo Collins. He's been balling all of camp. Didn't really have much of a good third preseason game, but put in the work, put in the effort during Tramp and the prior games. So the only undrafted free agent to make the roster. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. This is the best roster the Giants have had since, I want to say 2016, 2015 maybe. I have a lot of high hopes. I don't know if it's going to really translate to the win column because of the schedule, how it's looking, but I'll tell you right now, the Giants are going to compete this year in every game. They are not going to be blown out. We have a much better quarterback situation. Defense looking great. The depth and offensive line look fantastic. So I'm excited for the season, even if we don't wind up winning as much games as we might want. It told me that the Giants have just much better depth as opposed to even years past where they would have literal just nobodies out there in the preseason, and those guys, due to the fact that we had nobody else, would have to make the roster. The Giants cut good talent this year for the 53. That gives me a lot of hope, and a lot of that talent was balling out on the field in these preseason games and contributed to how much we dominated in the preseason. Again, it doesn't mean anything, but it does tell me that the Giants have good depth and they're making a good roster,